Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. If this is your first time clicking on a video, my name's Talia. Welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can become part of the TN family today. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy it and want to see more. Make sure you hit that gray notification bell so you get notified every time I post a freaking video. Today is Tuesday night. It's Christmas Eve, so Merry Christmas Eve. This video was not even supposed to be uploaded. A video is not going to be put out until tomorrow or Thursday, but I'm going to try to do a one take, and if I do have to edit, it's just going to be a tiny bit. First of all, I want to say, do you guys like the new setting I have going on? The lighting, I got a ring light. My mom bought it for me, so thankful. Hopefully you guys will have better lighting. But today is going to be a story time freaking video. This just happened today, this morning actually, and it was crazy. The title is no joke. A cop really had to be called at the Christmas Eve family party, so if you guys want to know why or what happened, then let's get into the video. Another disclaimer, if I sound sick or hoarse, I'm very sick. Cannot believe that I'm going to be sick on Christmas, but at least my little man is feeling all better. So, alright, so this story time takes place, just to give you guys a little background. On Christmas Eve, around noon every year, we go to my mom's side of the family. Like, the whole side of the family comes together at this church, and we always do like Christmas Eve lunch with everybody. It's a lot of fun. We get to see the whole family. My cousins came in from Italy. It was just a lot of fun. Actually, I will insert some pictures at the end of this with my cousins and such. So me and Keegan and Darin are just driving on the way to it's at like a little church, but in like the church has like a big empty spot where we can do the lunch. And this church, like, I went there as a little kid. Like, it's just a family place. So I'm just driving along. Let me go ahead and tell you guys, I know I'm all over the place, but let me just tell you about my driving records right now. And there is a glare on my glasses from the ring light, so I do apologize. Knock on wood, knock on this, whatever it is, I've never ever been pulled over. I've never had a warning. I've never had a ticket. I've never been pulled over for speeding. I've never in my life been pulled over. Knock on something. I've been driving for about 10 years, and I've never gotten pulled over by police. So if that doesn't tell you something right now about my driving, I don't know what will. So I think I'm a pretty good driver to be going 10 years. Knock on wood. So just keep that in mind, because you're going to need to know that at the end of the story. So we're just driving to the city that we have to go to get to church. We're on the main road. There's like a four-way red light, and we come to the red light, and I'm going straight. So I'm just driving straight. So then a motorcycle gets behind me, you know, not thinking nothing of it. Okay, cool. So I'm driving still, and let me tell y'all, the speed limit is probably like 40 maybe, but I'm going slow because I'm about to have to make some turns to get into the church parking lot. So I'm just driving, you know, going straight through the light. Well, he follows me and goes straight, but I guess he got agitated because I was going a little bit slower because I was about to turn. So he speeds up and just like goes around me, which I didn't think anything of it, because if you think about it, like, usually motorcycles are a lot smaller than cars, and so they can fit and just go around, and it's no big deal. So fine, didn't think anything of it. Well, when he sped around me, he kind of looked back at me like and shrugged his shoulders like, "What are you doing?" And I'm just like, still didn't think anything of it. Like, you go your way, I'm going my way. So I turned on my blinker, and I'm turning now, like going down this road, because the church is like, you go straight, turn, and then the church is a little bit more, like, you have to keep driving a little bit more to get there. So I turn on the road, and and at this point I'm going like 20 miles an hour because, you know, I'm going to turn. So I'm turning, and then all of a sudden, the motorcycle I had seen, he went all the way up the road. And in this city, guys, it's just like a bunch of roads. Like, it's kind of like a subdivision type. So he flies past me, comes back up the road, and gets back behind me. So at this point, I'm like, oh my God, Darin, he's following us. And Darin's, of course, he's like, oh, don't worry about it. Like, he's not going to do anything. And I'm just like, yeah, okay, kind of scared, but kind of like, okay, whatever. Like, chances are he's not following us, you know? So I just keep driving, and while I'm driving on this road, he continuously drives up and down and around my car, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, what am I going to do? You know, I have Keegan in the car. I don't want to go to my destination, and he come into the parking lot, you know? So at this point, I'm a little bit freaking out. So now I'm on a road where it's a 2-lane road, and the church, like, if you're driving this way, the church is on your left. And I'm on the 2-lane road about to get to the church. So I'm driving this way, and he goes in the wrong lane, goes around me, passes me like this, turns back around like this, and it's just circling my car at this point. I'm freaking out, like screaming, freaking out. I don't know what to do. You know, I'm worried about Keegan, and I'm driving. Darin's in the passenger seat. Darin jumps out of the moving car. I'm not even stopped, literally still moving. He opens the door and flies out. So at this point, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, now I'm by myself. So I fly into the church parking lot, because it's just right here. I fly in the parking lot, and the way that I'm turned, I started out and I parked this way, which is facing the road, and that's where the motorcycle guy was, and Darin, like, facing. So I hurry up, get in reverse, and I pull in this way so that way I'm not facing them, because I'm terrified. Keegan's old enough, he knows what's going on. We're both super scared. So I pull in this way. I'm trying to call my family, you know, like trying to get somebody outside. The first person I thought to call was my mom. So I call her, and I'm screaming. She doesn't even know what's going on. I'm like, Mom, come outside. Where are you? Like, get out here right now. And she's like, I'm not even at the church yet. Like, we're about to pull in. And I'm like, okay, hurry. Like, I'm screaming. So from where we're sitting, me and Keegan, I locked all the doors. Me and him are just staying put, because even though there's family inside the church, nobody knows what's going on at this point. And I still had to get me and Keegan out and run, like, through the sidewalk, up some steps to get in the church. So if this guy had a gun or anything, like, I don't know, I was just not getting out until, you know, I knew everything was okay. There was one guy from the family event standing outside, though, so I knew that if anything happened, he was right there, and he was watching Darin and the guy on the motorcycle the whole time. So I didn't feel like, you know, threatened or anything, because I knew that guy was right there, and where I parked, it was right beside him. So if I needed anything, I could just go get him. But I knew my mom was about to pull up. But before my mom got there, so we're facing this way in the car, and my side view mirror, I look out, and all I can see is the motorcycle guy. He takes off his helmet and, like, throws it, and he's like, let's go, you know, like, throws his hands up. So I'm like, oh my gosh, we're at our family event, and Darin's about to get into a fight with this guy who just followed us. My feet are killing me, so I really don't know how to sit. I'm just going to plop on the floor. So this is kind of a weird angle, guys, but my feet hurt. So my mom pulls up beside us. Remind you, she still has no idea what's going on. And I really didn't need my mom at the time. I just needed her to get there so we'd have someone to walk in together. And her husband was there too. So the second I saw them and they were getting out of their car, I pulled Keegan out of the car seat, and I just left my keys and everything in my car, because I knew Darin was going to have to come in eventually. I took Keegan, and me and him ran inside, like, full speed. Everybody was probably like, what is this girl doing? Because remind you, no one knew what was going on. Now, when me and Keegan ran inside, I did forget to tell you guys these details. My cousin lives in Italy because her husband is stationed there. She was coming down for this family Christmas Eve lunch. So I had been texting her brother the week before, because he lives in Florida, and I'm like, hey, her name's Quinn. She probably doesn't care if I say her name. I was like, hey, Quinn thinks that I have to work, so I'm going to surprise her, so I need you to help me. So the original plan was he was going to distract her, Darin was going to be filming it, and I was going to walk in and be like, hey, surprise, like, I was just kidding, I didn't have work. But I was so concerned of getting Keegan and myself inside the church so that we'd be with family that I just ran inside and she ran up to me. And she said that when I got in, I was shaking, guys, like this. My heart was beating and I was shaking like uncontrollably. And they were just like, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? So Darin finally came in and he was like, everything's okay. Everything's okay. Like, don't worry. Are you okay? And I'm just like, no, like, I'm so scared, you know, like, obviously I'm going to be freaking out. So then what had happened was, so the guy circled us at least 3, 4, maybe even 5 times around my car. Then what happened was, because I noticed that he was still across the street in the road. So I'm just like, what's he doing? Like, why is he not leaving? Like, what the heck? And Darin was like, well, you know, he went over there and he was just like, what's your problem, bro? Like, we have a kid in the car. Why are you driving recklessly? And he was all like, your wife's driving recklessly. Like, she almost hit me. Like, blah, blah, blah. And Darin goes, hold on a second. How did she almost hit you when you were behind us? She was in front of you and you drove around us. And the guy was like, she just doesn't know how to drive. Like, she's driving crazy. And Darin's like, there's no way she could hit you, dude, when you were behind us and you chose to go around our car like that and kept circling our car. Like, that's so dangerous. Like, she didn't do anything wrong. And the guy was like, let's throw hands, you know. Thank God they did not fight. But what did happen and why the motorcycle guy was in the road for so long is because apparently his motorcycle then decided to, I don't know if it just broke down or if it stopped working or what, but he couldn't get the motorcycle to start. And even though, you know, me and my family are like, oh, that's what you get, karma, like, why'd you do that, you know, because I'm a firm believer in karma. At the same time, I'm thinking, oh, well, crap, now you're still right across the street, and we're still right here at this church, and we're having confirmation, you know? So, and let me just tell you guys, I'm not going to give a full description of this guy for privacy reasons. I will say he was young. He was probably in his, like, early or late 20s, like, maybe early 30s. I really didn't get a good look at him. I didn't go nowhere near him. I did see when he pulled his helmet off, but just in the mirror, so I really don't know his age, but I know that he was a younger guy, ready to throw hands, ready to fight. So once his motorcycle, he couldn't get it to start, I guess he had walked up a few houses to his buddy's house because a guy did come down with a truck to, like, help fix it. The guy left, though, soon after. I don't know if it's because all the heated situation, he didn't want to be a part of it. I don't know, but I did know that the friend did not stay long. He didn't get involved or anything like that. With that being said, you know, of course, I'm like, Darin, we need to call the cops. Like, we need to get a police report, you know, something. Because that really is dangerous, guys. Especially with my kid in the car. Like, you don't mess with me, but you definitely don't mess with my kid. So, Darin tried to call 911, but obviously, I mean, of course, my luck, nobody answered. Like, no one answered 911. So, I'm like, Darin, you've got to call again. So, he goes outside to call him again, and Darin, when they were over there having the confirmation with each other, took his license plate, like the picture number. Oh, my God, I got to sit again. So, he took a picture of his license plate, and the guy was like, oh, it doesn't matter because this isn't my bike. Like, you can take a picture if you want to take a picture. Which is, first of all, that's sketchy. Like, are you in trouble with the law? Like, do you just not want to get caught? Like, what? And we took a picture of the friend's truck's license plate just because, you know, if the guy was with him. We gave him full description of the bike, his outfit, what color helmet he had on, everything like that. We called the cops. We're giving them the information. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's annoying. So while Darin's, like, outside, like, on the porch of the church, and he's, like, talking to the officer. I don't know, because I'm still inside, like, trying to calm down. Excuse me. Luckily, Keegan was, at this point, he's playing with cousins. He's forgotten about it. Like, he's fine, so don't worry about Keegan. He had all of his cousins there, so he was perfectly fine. I guess the guy on the motorcycle heard Darin talking to the cops, like describing his description, just telling him all the info. So the guy, now tell me this part ain't sketchy. I think it's sketchy. He got on his bike, and the first try, he just turns on his motorcycle and speeds off. And we never saw him again. So, I don't know if he was just faking that his bike wasn't working. I don't know if it really messed up and he just finally got it to go when we decided to call the cops. I don't know. But what I do know is the cops did ask Darin if that we wanted to talk to a cop, if a cop wanted to come down, all of this stuff. And Darin, I don't know why, but Darin told him no. But I guess it wouldn't have done too good just because, we needed a cop out on the road. But since we gave the police, like, his license plate number, I'm pretty sure they can just go look for him by that, which is good. Like, I guess I don't need an officer to come. I just need an officer to go look for him. So yeah, I don't know if I want to be going to any more Christmas Eve family events. After that, it was so scary. I just did not want to be on the road. I don't like motorcycles anymore. No, don't get me wrong. Don't bash on me for saying that. Like, I know plenty of people who drive motorcycles, and they are so nice and so sweet, and maybe it's because he was young. I don't know if he was in a hurry. I don't know if he's on drugs. I don't know. Don't want to know. If he actually knew me and saw me, I really didn't give him the time of the day. I guess he saw me from inside the car, but I know I don't drive recklessly. If the cops want to go back and look at the camera and look at the footage, they can see that he was really driving recklessly, and I think that's why he sped off so quick when we did call the cops. But no, don't take it to heart or anything. I like, people on motorcycles, but I do think, sometimes you need to slow down, dude. It's Christmas Eve. Why are you in such a hurry anyway? Like, why are you doing that? I do keep saying because he's young, because an elderly man on a motorcycle ain't gonna come and circle my car around for no reason, It was just a very, very, very scary situation. If it was just me in the car, it'd be one thing, but to have my kid in the back seat, it was so, so, so scary. I'm just thanking the Lord that we are here today. I can make this video for you guys. Everybody in the church, we do have, like, preachers and police officers and all of this, in the family. So, of course, everybody did find out about it. So, if he would have came back, we could have done whatever. But that is the scary story time that happened today. Just thank you, Lord. We are home. We are safe. Keegan's so excited for Christmas tomorrow. So, I am about to go help Keegan write Santa a letter, and then I think he's going to go to bed because he knows the quicker he goes to bed, the quicker Santa Claus gets here. I'll probably be up all night, though. Y'all hear my cough. I'm very, very sick, and y'all know at night it gets 100 times worse. I think me and Darin are going to sleep on the couch tonight just because it does help, bring up some of this. So, anyway, I hope you guys have a very, very Merry Christmas, and I'll see you guys either tomorrow. I will be filming tomorrow for sure, but I don't know if the video is going to go up tomorrow night. It depends on how I feel when I get off and how late, or it'll go up on Thursday. Just one more disclaimer. I know I keep saying, like, I work tomorrow. Like, I'm sure y'all know this, but usually our restaurant closes at 10, but since it's Christmas tomorrow, we close at 9. I'm really crossing my fingers I'm not a closer tomorrow. My luck, I probably am, but I really am just so, so, so sick. So sick. So, well wishes. If you're praying for me to get better, thank you so much. I love you guys to the moon and back, and I'll see you in the next video. Alright, guys. Clearly changed, but I wanted to hop on here one more time, so I'm obviously going to have to edit this video now, but we called the non-emergency line because I'm not going to let this guy get away with something easy when my kid was involved. Like, it's just not happening. So I had Darin call just to see if he got in trouble or if they found him or anything. Wait, was he in the bike when they pulled him over or not?
Yeah, he was coming out of the valley.
They passed him on the road, so they found him and they pulled him over. And he didn't have insurance, but that was his bike.
No, he didn't have insurance. It wasn't his bike.
Oh, he didn't have insurance, and he wasn't lying. It was not his bike, but he had a driver's license, and he did get a ticket. So, I mean, he didn't get arrested, but at least he knows that, you know, we did call the cops on him.
And the only reason he got a ticket was because he was flying down the road. That he was.
Yeah, so he went flying by us, and then continuously was reckless driving. So, I mean, he got a ticket this go round, but it just goes to show, like, he's going to get caught eventually, you know. Hopefully someone that's smart, if he does it again, they'll get his license plate number. The cop did say that he's had problems with him and people from where he lives, so he might have got away with it, quote-unquote, easy this time, but it will catch up to him. So, just goes to show, guys, be safe, drive good. America says.